I thought I would do one more video relating to the Odyssey, at least for now, because there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and that's the fact that there is a big budget Hollywood blockbuster adaptation coming out about the Odyssey this summer. I'm probably going to go see it, although my expectations for it being any good are not very high. While it's fantastic news to a lot of film bros that Christopher Nolan is writing and directing this thing, it's not very good news for me because unfortunately, I am not a fan of Christopher Nolan. The one good thing to come out of this movie, whether or not it's good, is that it'll introduce a whole bunch of people to Homer and hopefully encourage them to check out his writing. But as for the movie itself, Nolan came out with one pretty solid movie in 2000 called Memento, and then there's a couple decent movies from him, like his remake of Insomnia or Following, but pretty much everything else I've seen from him has left me cold, whether it's The Dark Knight or Interstellar or fucking Oppenheimer, so my expectations are low. Now, hopefully I'm proven wrong. I could always be wrong and this movie like knocks my socks off or whatever, but one of the other factors that makes me worried is Christopher Nolan's writing. Christopher Nolan cannot write his way out of a paper bag. It's one of the reasons I don't like his movies much. He has one speed as a screenwriter, and that's exposition dialogue. His characters are endlessly, incessantly hammering every point over your head. And while his movies are high concept and require a certain amount of exposition, he goes so far past the point of need and proves time and time again that he does not trust his audience to think or to work things out for themselves. Look at the ending of Interstellar as the perfect example. On the other hand, Homer himself did trust his audience to work things out for themselves and follow the story in spite of sometimes being complex or dense. Christopher Nolan, I feel, is going to over-explain characters' backgrounds and motivations and every little piece of mythos that crops up throughout the movie and bog the whole thing down. The other thing that's going to bog the movie down, I fear, is his casting. Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon as Odysseus. Matt Damon has played Matt Damon in every movie he's been in for the past 20 years, okay? He was great in The Talented Mr. Ripley, but that was nearly 30 years ago, so I'm not quite convinced he can pull off an ancient Greek warrior king. And then there's one thing that Nolan has in his corner, and that's his ability to pull off this epic scale of grandeur and practical effects, which will probably make it pretty cool to see some of the monsters and gods in IMAX here. Now, I saw the trailer, and unfortunately it didn't encourage me. It was shot in a very dark and muddy way, like all movies seem to be now, and it had some wardrobe choices that made me laugh out loud. But in spite of all that, I'm still probably going to check out the movie. Fingers crossed that I'm wrong and it turns out to exceed my expectations. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the upcoming movie?